Ariel Suskin and Emilie Melchak. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Participants at FZY Israel tour in partnership with Mosaic United and Israel's Ministry of Diaspora Affairs. So, Emilie, let's start with you. What made you to decide to come to Israel this summer despite the tension and everything happened?
Well, my parents both came here at this age and they found out so much more about everything about Israel and their heritage and how it's like being Jewish and living here. And I think I really wanted to have the same experience as them. And I wanted to see what it's like because they've talked about it so much and it's my first time here.
So how did your parents react when you told them you want to go?
Well, my dad was very supportive of it. My mum's always like, she was very worried and very protective of me, but she also did want me to go. So my dad definitely pushed it more, but I managed to convince them both to go and they were fine with it in the end.
A Jewish mother. Ariel, what about you?
Yeah.
I think, well, my mum was here very recently in Israel, and I think they've always had the view that they're very happy with, like, especially after the war and after everything had calmed down. I think they were much more happy with sending me, knowing that the situation, the tensions had died down, and they also thought it would be very important for me to come and to learn about Israel and my Jewish heritage, so they were willing to take a bit of risk and to send me here.
Why was it important for you personally to come here currently this time?
I think personally, for me, it's important for me to come here is because I think coming to Israel and exploring Israel is probably like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I feel like it's really important, and it really has had an influence on my Jewish identity and the way that I view Israel and my Jewishness. So I believe that it was like very important for me to have come here and to have all the experiences that I have had learning about my Jewishness.
Emilie, how do you explain to your friends back home how it's like to be here in Israel at this time?
Well, I don't think they really understand exactly what it's like because while we're here right now, we haven't really experienced much of what has been going on. So I think when I get back, I'm just going to have to, they won't really understand exactly what it has been like. Because I have a lot of friends who aren't Jewish and haven't been, don't really know what Israel is like and have never been here. So I think I'll have to tell them exactly where we've been. They would never understand a bomb shelter. They'd think that's crazy, that the idea that I've even wanted to come here. So I think I'm just going to have to try and explain it to them, but I don't even know if they'll end up understanding because you kind of have to be here to actually understand what it's like.
Yeah, so we see some of the pictures. Tell us about some of the things you've experienced, Ariel, in your trip here. What stood you out the most?
I think some very meaningful visits for me and and visits that stood out for me was one, the visit to the Kotel, especially after coming here after all that's happened. And it's not my first time in Israel, but after coming here since October 7th, I haven't been here. So that was really important and very emotional for me. I think another great experience was going to Yad Vashem and going into depth of the Holocaust, about the Holocaust that I'd never really done before. So I found that really interesting and really meaningful for me personally.
Emilie, what about you? Can you share some of the special moments for you?
Yeah, well, the other day we went to the Syrian border and we heard some stories of stuff that happened there and experiences, and I think that really made me emotional and click with more with the stuff that's been going on. And we've got a visit to Mount Herzl soon. I think that's really going to be interesting as well, and it's going to be really nice to see and appreciate what the army and everything that's been done for us.
So, Emilie and Ariel, has this trip changed the way you feel about Israel, about your Jewish identity, maybe even to consider Aliyah to Israel?
I think it's definitely had a perspective because in London you're exposed to, and in England you're exposed to many different views about Israel and the conflict surrounding it. And I think coming to Israel and hearing stories and getting a very detailed description of of all the history all the way up to today. I think that has had a really big effect on and shifted the way I view Israel, and has made me want to come back, possibly come back later to spend more time in Israel in my future.
Adding on to that, I think it's been really nice that I feel like a bit like a family, like a massive family. Like everyone has the same feelings and views, and it's made me feel very comfortable, and it just connected with everyone.
So will you be coming back to Israel in the future for a longer stay?
I'd love to.
Agreed.
Okay, so Ariel and Emily, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Thank you. And have fun.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.